Project UB. Project UB was an English-speaking VTuber from the Netherlands who debuted on March 27, 2021. What made Project UB stand out was their persona of an ugly bastard, an infamous subgenre of hentai in which older, dramatically unattractive men would have dirty fun time with a certain group of women that I don't want to describe. This was significantly different from the conventional VTuber persona at the time. Project UB would see a fair amount of success early on, with famous VTubers such as Iron Mouse and Mari Mari being a part of Project UB's 3.5k followers. They would peak around this amount before having their stream frequency slow down over time, which led to decreased viewership and eventually their hiatus around mid-2023. It isn't clear when they plan to come back, or if they plan to come back at all, but they are pretty active on Twitter to this day. Many people saw great potential in Project UB, as it was, and frankly still is, a very unique VTuber persona. PewDiePie. PewDiePie was, at one point, a VTuber himself, announcing his faceless debut on January 23rd, 2021. This was around the time where VTubing was blowing up in popularity in 2020, with Hololive's EN branch exposing VTubing to a significant number of people, and the barrier of entry into VTubing lowering significantly, leading to the rise of many famous VTubers. It would also be around this time where bigger creators such as Pokimane would try to dip into the VTuber trend by having their own models to be part of the VTubing community. More often than not, it was met with mixed and even negative reactions, and those creators would eventually step away from VTubing. PewDiePie was not an exception to this situation, as he would also face negative reactions from the VTubing community for his reverse face reveal by referencing his PUBG bridge incident and his past anti-Semitic controversies as signs that he was a quote, white supremacist. PewDiePie would use many different avatars during his VTuber arc, and would call out the negative responses for being overdramatic, as he emphasized that his VTuber arc was just a joke, and that he wasn't gaining anything out of it, even going as far as to say that he was losing money due to brand deals not sticking at the time for not having his actual face attached. He would announce his face reveal as part of a response video on February 4th, 2021, where he would stop his VTuber arc and continue to make content as normal. While PewDiePie's situation was something he didn't take seriously, some members of the VTubing community say that his VTuber arc was not as problematic as other creators, and that it did have some positive effects on the community, such as the increased exposure. Goldship. Goldship is a Japanese VTuber who debuted on March 25th, 2018, which is around the time Roboko-san of Hololive debuted, and is the face of the Japanese YouTube channel Pokitube. This channel is dedicated to publishing various styles of videos containing characters from the horse racing franchise Uma Musume, though Goldship has been spotted in various other locations, including a concert with Hololive members at VTuber Fest Japan. Some of these videos on PocketTube would include mini animations, music videos, gameplay, activities with the voice actors, and other styles of content. While the channel itself is mostly in Japanese, there are some videos that contain English subtitles. The channel would gain more popularity after the global release of Uma Musume Pretty Derby, a mobile and PC game where players can train and race Umas, where the franchise itself would explode in popularity. It would get to a point where the real-life equivalent of Haru Urara would be donated over 2,500 kilograms of ryegrass by worldwide fans, which for reference, it costed $40 to donate 5 kilograms of ryegrass. As of this video, Goldship and PocketTube are still uploading consistently, with a current subscriber count of over 1.2 million. Zam VTuber. Zam VTuber, or just Zam, is an indie English-speaking VTuber whose earliest stream that I could find was on August 9th, 2020, though it streamed more consistently starting late November of 2022. Zam initially took on the persona of a toilet, which at the time was quite a unique identity to have. Zam would later announce a redesign on March 25th, 2024, with a humanoid design that also had a toilet for a head as a toggle to represent his old model. While Zam was quite consistent throughout 2023, Zam's stream frequency would start slowing down as time went on, and eventually got to a point where it would be around a few streams a month, with having as little as one stream in March 2025. As of this video, Zam hasn't streamed since April 28th of this year. I'm not entirely sure if they intend to stream again anytime soon, but I personally found their toilet persona and their redesign to be pretty interesting. Pokimane. As previously mentioned in the PewDiePie segment, Pokimane was also a VTuber at one point, debuting her model around September 13th, 2020. Pokimane's debut of her model would face a fair amount of criticism, with members of the VTubing community alleging that, similar to PewDiePie, she was trying to cash in on the trend of VTubing at the time, especially given that the first generation of Hololive's EN branch debuted the day prior and the same day that she did. Pokimane would acknowledge these criticisms as being valid, and stated that she had no ill intent towards the VTubing community. She would say that she would only use the model when she didn't feel the desire to have a face cam on, and continue to stream, though it would reduce her model's appearance over time. This mini drama would have been over if it ended on that. However, on February 13th, 2025, Pokimane would face even more controversy from the VTubing community, as she would publicly state that the streaming scene has become more male-dominant and that, quote, there aren't that many huge female streamers. This would piss off a lot of people in the VTubing community, as an infographic from Streams Charts showed that the top 5 most watched female streamers in 2024 were all VTubers, implying that Pokimane didn't consider the top female VTubers as legitimate female streamers. This would lead to people essentially clowning on Pokimane, as they would point out various major accomplishments from female VTubers, while also showing how Pokimane wasn't even in the top 10 most watched female streamers in 2024 and even 2023. As of this video, there hasn't been any new drama regarding Pokimane in the VTubing community, though who knows whether more drama will appear in the near future. I'm gonna end this video a little differently by giving you guys a huge thanks for watching and supporting my channel. It's crazy that we're already almost at 5k subs, and I have nobody but you guys to thank for getting this channel to this milestone so quickly. I do plan to put out something a little special on September 5th. College has started up for me again recently, and I do gotta lock in and figure out my workflow with college work and this channel as well. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you all next Friday.